Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Wamoyo and this is Yanli Gifts. If it is your first time here, feel very welcome. If you're a repeat viewer, welcome back and thank you. For all those who have subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. And for you who haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Click that button now. So I hope you had a really lovely January. I hope it went very well. It's over. This is February. Hello, February. Welcome to February. And I hope your February has started well and you have amazing plans for February. And especially Yan plan. Not like these ones of mine that are tangled. So as of now, this is what I'm working with. I'm doing this video to show you everything I made in January. And I want to start by telling you the plans I have for 2025 because I don't think I shared those plans. I don't think I shared. I don't. So the plans I have for 2025, the first one was to have a physical shop. That one I've already actualized. I already have a physical space at my shop. If you haven't watched that video, please go back. It's the video before this one and watch it and see the physical shop for Yanli Gifts. That was one of the plans. The other plan I had for 2025, I still have, is to start making wearables. You know, sweaters, tops, skirts, dresses, coats, everything. Is to start making wearables. And the month of January, I did a bit of wearables. The other plan I have for 2025 is to use new yarns, different yarns. So I make almost everything with seal yarn. It's my favorite. It's my favorite yarn. So almost everything I make, almost everything, I use seal yarn. So this year I want to explore other yarns. I want new textures. I want new colors. I want to be able to make different garments that fit different weather and also fit different fashion styles. Yeah. So those are the three plans for this 2025. The first one being the shop that is done. So the other two are going to continue for the rest of 2025. So you're going to see loads of wearable items. Accessories are going to continue being made by Wamoyo. I will continue doing that. I think I'm going to include home accessories more as well and using new yarns. So now let's get into the video of everything I made in January 2025. So some of the items are already gone and some I even forgot to take photos. So forgive me for that, but I'll show you what I have. And to start with is this hooded scarf that you're seeing a picture somewhere. I think it's going to be on this side. This hooded scarf was ordered by a client who was traveling out of Kenya into a country that is winter weather at this time. And she wanted a hooded scarf. So she sent me a pattern, which was a knitting pattern. And yeah, we agreed on price and everything. When I started making that knitted hooded scarf, it did not work at all. So I frogged the first one. And then for the second attempt, I decided, let me search this pattern and see whether there's any tutorial somewhere on YouTube. So I took the pattern and the image she sent me and I put them on Google photo search and nothing could pop up. That pattern is not online. That image is not online. So I tend to think that is one of those patterns that you get in magazines or knitting book patterns. So I made a second attempt and again it did not work and went on to a third attempt. Yani nina roho ya, it still did not work. So I wrote to her and I told her, can I just do this in crochet? Because I've done a hooded scarf in crocheting and it came out well. So thanks God she agreed, and we ended up doing a hooded scarf in crochet. She wanted a color red, and from the image I could not get the exact shade. So again, I went for my seal to look for color red, and seal has one very bright red, and I found a very nice. It's between bright red and maroon. There is another shade of red that is so beautiful, gorgeous. I must use it again, that I found in seal, and that is the color I used for her, and she loved it. So that was project number 1. Project number 2, which I made several of them, is the vest sweaters. Those ones, you've seen them on my Instagram reels, on my TikTok. I have really talked about those vests because they are so gorgeous. They are such an amazing addition to your wardrobe. They're a must-have. You know, I've used mine for a whole year. I still love it, and I still get to wear it almost every other week. It's that functional. So I made several of those. All of the vests are made using the seal yarn and different colors. Now, those are 2 projects. In between, I think beginning of January, I also made a few beanies. I made a few beanies and added to my beanie collection, and we're not doing more beanies until we sell those ones. So moving on from there, this one is refusing to work. I made this top. When I was starting this top, I was making it for myself, but after finishing it and fitting it is a little bigger than me, so I don't think I'll keep it. I will be selling it. This is now made using Winter King. I don't use much of Winter King. I find it rough. I haven't given up on it completely, no. Yesterday, I went to Chambeke to buy yarn, and I was speaking to the staff there and telling them how I find Winter King rough, and that is why I always use seal yarn, because they were wondering how comes I only use seal yarn. I don't use any other brand. And they said that according to them and their data, 2024, Winter King was the #1 selling yarn. It outdid seal yarn. So they were even telling me, you need to think about it. You need to find out from your fellow knitters and crocheters, what is this they're making with it. So homework to me. So this top is made using a double stitch. All of it is double stitch other than the ribbing at the bottom, the border on the sleeves, and the border on the neck, which is a slip stitch. This is the second item of wearables this year, and the first with sleeves this year. So I don't use patterns. I like to be creative with my work, but I do use a lot of tutorials to learn the construction of different items. So I'll go on YouTube and I'm going to watch tutorials to learn how to make certain things. I might incorporate some of the ideas or some of the things from those tutorials and also add my own creativity to them. So the other item is this long, oh, this has a story. It's a long cardigan with a hoodie. You remember plan number 2 or number 3 of this 2025 is to use different yarns, different textures, different sizes, different colors. The Winter King one is, of course, the first. I've never used this color before, and Winter King finished project. First one. So moving on, this is milk cotton, and I went for the one that InStitch has stocked. For the first time, InStitch has stocked milk cotton. Each skein is going for 300 Kenya shillings, and It says 100 grams. It could be 100 grams, but the length is a bit shorter. So it's also chunkier than the milk cotton that is sold by Osona and Eshe. Those are things to note. This is the only color that they have in variegated. All the other colors they have are single colors, single solid colors. Let me tell you how we ended up in this design. When I went to buy the yarn, I was looking for a different kind of yarn that is not too expensive, but one that I like the quality as well. On the feel of this one, it ticked on the price and it also ticked on the quality. When I checked the length read 114 meters long. And on asking the equivalent, I was informed that it is the same size as the Cillian, but I'm going to tell you it is not. This one is shorter than Cillian. So I bought my yarn, took it home, and decided on a project. What you're looking at is 10 balls of the yarn. Yes. So at this point, this sweater price of materials is 3,000 Kenya shillings. And I want to sell it. So at that point, I decided I'm not going to add the sleeves because it's going to become too expensive. Given the length of this yarn, each sleeve is going to take about 2.5 of that. So if I add another 1,500 to this, it's going to be 4,500 for materials only. And I decided it's going to be a sleeveless hooded sweater. I am still wondering whether to put buttons on it. It doesn't have a button yet. I'm still wondering. It's very warm. This yarn is a bit heavy. So if you're using it for crochet, I'll suggest knitting with it than crochet, or choose a stitch that doesn't take a lot of yarn because it's heavy. Yeah, so that's the project number 4, I think. Let's move on to the next project. Oh my God, this was such an enjoyable project to make. So the story behind this project is that when I started getting frustrated with this one, the yarn being too expensive, the yarn not being enough, I went back to the shop to get the second lot. So the first time I bought this yarn, I bought 4 skeins, and then I went back for another 6 skeins. And then I realized I still need another 5 skeins if I want to make sleeves. During that frustrations, I decided after 10 skeins, I'm keeping this project aside and I need time to think. So I went to my yarn storage and I had, how many of this? I had 4 of this color, mustard yellow. And I decided, let me make a cardigan. Once again, as I was looking for tutorials to see the construction of a top like this one, I had come across a construction of a cardigan. So I had already formed an idea of what cardigan I would want to make. So it was such an easy project to start. And I started making a cardigan. The front panels, I used the pattern I used to make the V-shaped neck for my vests. That's what I used to make this V-line here. So everything was easy and I just love this project so much. So I decided to mix mustard yellow with brown, which just went so well. It's such a beautiful sweater, as you can see. I love it. And I will definitely make more of this. We are going into the cold season, so this is a great piece to have in your wardrobe. The stitch I have used is half double back loop only, which gives this ribbed pattern. I love it. The last project of January 2025 is this shawl. And the story behind this shawl is very interesting. So I wanted something that can use my stash. Stash being my leftover yarns collection. So I went to my yarn storage and I had Off-White of Seal, a whole pack of 5 skeins. And then all these other colors you're seeing, I had them in some half a ball, some 2 balls, some just 1 skein, you know, or 1 ball. So when I started this project, I wanted to make a sweater, which I will still make. But when I got to the neck area, I could not figure out how to shape the neck, especially with multiple colors, stripes, fabric. So it's at that point that I decided we need plan B. So the plan B I had was a blanket. By that time, I had already done the length of, I think, 22 inches long, because I wanted this sweater to be a bit long. And since I'm doing stripes, I obviously cut the yarn for each color when I finish it. So I looked at the idea of the blanket, I looked at how far I had gone, and that meant that I frog everything to start on a blanket because the width was not enough for a blanket. 2, I did not want to join another piece on the side. And 3, I had cut most of this yarn, so I didn't want to deal with short yarns on a blanket. And therefore, I moved to plan C. Sasa, kuna plan B, tuko plan C sisi. So plan C, I decided on a shawl. And I went to Instagram and I just decided, let me see what people will say about this. So instead of asking the question to you to tell me what I should make and to tell them the challenge I am facing, I just decided to take a picture of the fabric and I told people, guess what I'm making? So majority of you guessed I'm making a blanket. The second group, highest number, guessed a shawl, and the third group guessed a sweater. So Team Shawl won. This is such a beautiful scarf. And to be honest, I'll still make the sweater, which was my original plan. And I will make a blanket because you suggested a blanket. I still have lots of yarn that is in small quantities that can be used to make a blanket. I will just need to make another color palette because they're not these colors. They are different colors. It's such a beautiful shawl. And I would love to make different color shades and themes of the same as well. So guys, this brings me to the end of what I made in January. I hope you like it. I hope you have found something you can buy for yourself, for a friend, for your mom, for your aunties, for your, I hope you have found a gift from what I made in January. They are all going to the shop. They'll be at the shop from tomorrow, Monday. And you can shop them at our shop located at Arcade Discount next to Greenhouse Mall on Gong Road, shop 28C upstairs. Or you can follow me on my Instagram. I'll put the photos there as well. My Instagram is Yanli_gifts. If you have come this far to the end of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching the entire video. And if you are Anita, a crocheter who would like more information about this, more than what I have shared, let me know in the comment section. And for you buyers, also let me know in the comment section. These videos and more to come will be serving both my fellow crafters and you, my customer. Until the next video is